Dogfish Head Brewing Company. Dogfish Head and the Grateful Dead present American Beauty Pale Ale. Pale ale brewed with granola and honey. 6.5% alcohol. Let's give it a shot. As most pale ales with honey tend to do, that you do kind of get that honey up front. Makes it slightly sweeter, a little bit more smooth, a little bit more bearable, especially depending on how strong and bitter the pale ale can be. But there is something quite enjoyable and almost refreshing about it. And Dogfish Head has done this with some of their honey beers in the past, including their Midas Touch. It's this nice honey kind of flavor that you're getting to it. And I feel like they use the same, I don't know, ingredients or formula to do this, except they added this granola in instead of the grapes as they did in the Midas Touch. That it almost gives it this kind of nutty or maybe grainy kind of texture and almost taste to it. It's not a sweet or specifically flavored granola, like maybe like a vanilla or maybe something with some dried fruit in it, like raisins or cranberries or something like that. It's just a granola, and I'm kind of confused as why. Why didn't they make it like a vanilla granola or maybe like something sweet, something like a cinnamon, something that would give it kind of a sweeter kind of flavor to complement the honey. This, you got to really kind of find the granola flavor in it. It's there, again, it's almost like this nutty kind of grainy flavor, but it's not strong. You do get the honey more or less, but ultimately it's kind of confusing. All in all, the beer itself isn't bad. It's on the heavier side. Alcohol content's just a little bit higher, but it's not too high that would make it a super heavy beer. But the flavor notes, I feel like it makes it heavier. Even though the beer itself isn't super heavy, I feel like the flavor and the granola, for some reason, add this effect to make the beer feel heavier than it actually is. My drinkability, I could see drinking 2 or 3 of these. Again, even with the Midas Touch, that honey that they put in this beer, it complements it really well. Whatever the formula is, it works really good, especially with the pale ales. But I could only see, and even with the Midas Touch, I think I said, I don't see it as a super summer beer. I feel like I could drink it more in like the fall months. Same with this one. This one has that same kind of effect where I wouldn't want to drink it on a hot day, but at the same time, I wouldn't want to drink it in the super cold months either. I feel like a nice autumn or fall day would work perfectly with this beer. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give this a 6. I prefer the Midas Touch way over this one. But again, seeing how I feel like they use the same formula or technique with the honey, it's still a nice beer. But ultimately, I don't think I'm going to come back to it. And that's nothing against Dogfish Head. I just feel like there's other beers that they brew that I prefer over this one. So again, that's Dogfish Head Brewing Company, Dogfish Head and the Grateful Dead American Beauty Pale Ale, 6.5% alcohol.